Welcome to Total TMI about Orlando and the Freak Show. Let's play Plead the Fifth. Plead the Fifth. Plead the Fifth. Call or text 888-429-0941 with your questions.
Let's go make some law now. Yeah. Some law. I say we go to court.
Now, who's taking the stand?
Plead the Fifth action. It's your boy O getting sworn in to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God. All right, let's see. I have to shut down the text so I can't see the questions that are being asked. As improper as they usually are.
Yes.
All right. 888-429-0941. If you got a question of any sort, I only get one pass, so that means I got to answer the other five. We go clockwise, so that means that Meredith is up.
Okay. So this past weekend was Transgender Day of Visibility, specifically yesterday.
What happened? Are you asking me?
Yeah, no, I'm saying yesterday was Transgender Day of Visibility, and I wanted to know if you have a transgender personality that you
that I
favor, that you favor, that you like.
Who's my favorite transgender personality?
That's that. Yes.
Wait. Okay. First of all, what holiday was it?
It's called International Transgender Day of Visibility. I wanted to make sure because so I looked it up. That's exactly what it is.
Okay, and that's
it was yesterday.
Yesterday, okay.
Yes. On Easter.
Wow. And so who's my favorite?
Yeah. Who's your favorite transgender personality? Somebody
you look up to.
Yeah.
I don't want to tap out on the first one. I mean, Jesus.
Already?
Look at your face. He's like, you're trying to like go through the Rolodex.
I mean, like, okay, the girl, the
emojis are coming in.
The actor
yeah?
that is on Orange is the New Black.
Oh yeah,
Laverne Cox.
Yeah.
Laverne Cox. That's my favorite.
She's pretty funny.
Right. Mm-hmm. And you know, I mean, I don't know why she's my favorite. She comes to mind though. I mean, because it was between her and Caitlyn. Yeah. Those are the only two people I could really come up with. So I guess she would be
your favorite. The
favorite one.
Okay.
She's
you see her on the red carpet.
You
all the
see
time.
her a lot. Mm-hmm. So I mean, yeah, that's a very weird question. All right.
Sorry, it was on my mind.
How do I follow that?
Yeah, I'm like who's your favorite transgender? Well, I don't know.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Next.
So I don't know how to follow that, but I've actually been curious about something. I've been on the air now for with you guys for about 10 months.
Okay.
10
yeah,
months.
since like July or something.
June, July-ish.
Yeah.
Wow, that went by fast.
Yeah, it went by quick.
Damn.
I want Orlando.
Oh no.
To give me a live review of how well or how bad I've been doing.
Why
with the freak show.
Are you why?
I want to hurt myself.
Why?
I want to hurt my own feelings.
Why would you? Why
would you
I want to do it.
No,
I'm getting ready.
Because that's not, bro. That's not even. I mean, I don't even think that's allowed with HR. Like, you can't give somebody a work review on the air.
I am asking for it. I want a review.
Ah, man.
Of how well you think I've been doing.
Like sadomasochist. Like you just punish me.
Yeah, but I feel like a lot of the time, if I was just to ask you, I feel like you wouldn't tell me. But now it's plead the fifth.
How about your best and worst instead of a full blown review because he's your boss, so maybe he's not allowed to do that.
I can't do a full review.
But best and worst, maybe.
Okay.
I mean, okay. Well, okay. All right. Because I'm not gonna tap out. Because I swear that's when the blankery comes. So I mean, I'm not gonna even do that on question
then I'm gonna
two.
be over here thinking crazy.
Right. Exactly. I don't want to go there. So all right.
What you ask for.
Damn. All right. So your review. Okay. So.
You like to be hurt, boy.
Yeah, you have a lot of energy that you bring to the show. That's a plus. You have some different like originality and stuff that like comes to the mix that we didn't necessarily have. I think I've called it the goofy factor before. Like you have the goofy factor. You don't mind being the butt of the joke. You know, sometimes. So that works. You do have sort of a failure to launch kind of thing. Like you have to be told to do. It's like almost working with children. I think, like, you know how and you have, well, you know how it's like when kids are like, "Mommy, look at what I did," and you have to like assess what they've done and then tell them to go do the next thing. It's like a thing, and then it comes from you being new. You're like a babe. You're like a fawn. You know.
I'm trying to find exactly now. I'm trying to find out what's going on. If I'm doing good, bad.
Okay.
You could have asked this off the air, by the way.
You could have, yeah, but
I could've, no.
So like you know you have to be kind of urged to do stuff as opposed to like having that go get it
Prompted.
like earlier today. The traffic report was in really hot, and when I noticed it, Meredith was walking out already to go tell them, "Hey, you're being too hot," and I'm like, see, that's her saying, "Hey, I want the product to be better on the air." And so she just went. I didn't even have to tell her to say it. She just already was moving. You'd be like, "So you want me to go tell him that his mic is hot?" And I would be like, "Yeah, I guess so." He's like, "I was just asking because I didn't know if you really wanted me to go do it." I'm like, "Okay, so go do it." You're like, "So you want me to go now?" Or do you want me? Like it would be like a 6 or 7 question exchange before you would even move, where I would just get frustrated and just say, "Damn it, I'm going myself," and I would just walk myself. So you have a lot of good that you bring, but you still are.
You saying I need a little.
You still
more
being puppy
initiative?
trained. You just gotta,
I'm still training.
So that's what I can give you as an overview.
Okay. All right.
Does that make sense?
I'll get you out of the mud real quick. Let's talk about. Definitely not awkward in here right now.
It's not what he.
I know.
What am I supposed to do?
You did a good job. I liked it. I like the way you assessed him.
Okay.
Okay. So I want to talk about family for a second. Obviously, yesterday was Easter. I don't know if you spent time with your girls this weekend, but I know they're both in high school, correct?
Yes.
Have they talked to you about dating yet? What age are they allowed to date? Have they talked to you about dating? What's going on with that?
What time is it?
They're in school now. They're in school now. But okay. Ooh. Because I don't want to betray anything. But I don't know because I don't know the current status of it.
Oh, there's a state.
Okay, all right. So so to keep it absolutely a buck, because I don't know if I should answer this, but I'm going to answer it
politically correct
with respect to your children.
Well, because you don't know where stuff, like, basically, with no names, but my daughter came to me and said, "Daddy, I think I should talk to you."
Oh.
And I was like, "Okay. Sure.
What you
want to talk about?" And she's like, "Well, there's kind of somebody that I've been talking to." And I was like, "Oh, what's talking?" Kind of like trying to make sure I don't assume anything. Mm-hmm. And she was like, "Well, no, like," she's like talking. And I'm thinking in my mind, talking is, what does talking mean? And she's like, "I'm talking, Dad." Like on the phone, we've been talking back and forth for a couple months, and we've been talking a lot. And I was like, "Oh, you mean talking? Actually talking. Oh, okay, all right." And she's like, and I like him, and I wanted to talk to you about it. She's like, "Cause Mommy's aware of it, but I didn't, know if I'm allowed." Mm-hmm. And I was like, "You didn't know if you were allowed to what?" And she's like, "I didn't know if I was allowed to like a boy or something." And I was like, "Oh man," I was like,
sweet.
"Well," I was like, you're 16 now," and I'm like, I'm glad that you're, taking that. And I'm like, "Tell me, some stuff." And so she was like, "He's a good guy, does good school and blah blah blah." And so I was like, "Yeah, man, I'm glad we had this conversation." And
so one of your daughters is dating.
But she just said she liked the boy. That was just it. She was like, "I didn't know,
Was this the first time?
That was the first time that has ever had like that kind of conversation. Like there's been like little boys before, like in 8th, 9th grade that liked her, and then all the family would giggle when I came around because they're like, "Don't tell your daddy." But this was like the first time she sat down and was like, "No, I think I like this person or whatever."
Oh, that's cool.
So so without like putting all that out there, because I don't really know where it stands now, because that was like couple months ago.
Right.
So, you know.
Did you like research him and like try to find like what he
No,
looked like?
I didn't. I mean, listen, the fact that she came to me with that, I didn't want to wig out because I would have made it seem weird, and then it would have played into the whole fact that don't tell daddy.
Yeah.
So I wanted to be like, all right, let me play this right.
Cool.
So
you're better than me. I would have looked up everything about the kid.
Nah, I didn't. I mean, I honestly, I can only remember his name, like, to tell you the truth. But I just, you know, I was more so trying to really not show the shock inside me on my face because I didn't want her to freak out.
Right.
You know,
Do you
so.
need me on? I could come in for that bad boy scene.
Oh, stop
Real
it.
quick.
Stop it. Stop it.
Take me to jail.
Can you fight?
Don't
Can
let
you fight? Yeah, when he get ready to pick her up somewhere, we'll have to do that. All right, we got part 2 on the other side. It's on you next. It's like a bad game show in here. I got my headphones on, and they over there looking at y'all messages and like talking back and forth to each other, like giggling with each other, and I'm reading their lips, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. All right, so we've answered 3. I still have a pass to answer. Let's see, what do we have from the audience? 888-429-0941. My texts are closed.
This one comes from Nashawn out of the 813. It said, who would put it down on Meredith better? Rich or Davi? And which one would she enjoy better?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
This is what the people want. And I'm going to say that with a disclaimer. Anthony, this is what the people ask, not me.
Oh my God.
That makes me have to think about things that I have not ever wanted to think about.
I mean, you heard me get all 5 on Beat the Freaks, you know.
He's air humping in here next to me. Trying to show off.
Yeah, let me stop.
Are you going to answer this?
I mean, if this was what we were starting, I mean, I would say, if I had to guess, I would say Davi. I would say Davi. Because, and you know why?
He's so mad.
What?
He's leaving.
What? Where you going?
Come back over.
Where you going? Well, don't be mad. I'm just saying, I believe that you have a more mommy-son relationship with Meredith. You have more of a, like, you know, I'm trying, like I told you, like earlier, like you showing her, like, hey, look at my web post I did. And blah, blah, blah. You know, it's different with that. It's like, you know, Davi and Meredith was like,
what?
A long stare away from just tongue kissing.
Oh my God.
Wait, what?
It was they always had that tension when I walked in the room. I'd be like, did I just walk in on something?
No.
Like, did somebody just button their shirt?
No.
Like, it's like, I don't know. It's just like, it always felt like it could go down.
Just to
with
clarify,
them.
nothing has ever happened.
I'm not saying
Ever.
it has. I'm just saying that I felt the energy there. I'm like, any given day could be that day. I don't get that vibe from y'all.
That hurt me more than the review. It's okay. It's all right.
You can assess his work. Do not talk about his sex life.
Listen, I'm just saying I answered the question y'all
Oh my
asked.
God.
These hips don't lie.
All right, out of the 863, Orlando, if you had to switch bodies with another show host in this building, who would it be and why?
If I had to switch bodies with another person in
Another
the building,
host.
another host in the
Show
building.
host in this building.
And, wait, like only the hosts or just people who are on the air?
I think it's
It
show
means people who are
host.
on the air. Like I mean, like MJ is the host. You know what I'm saying? Who's the host on? You know what I'm saying? Is it just DJs?
I don't know. This says show host.
How you interpret it?
Roxanne.
Roxanne?
Yes.
So he can enjoy himself.
I would. I'm not saying, but I'm just saying that's my choice. I would choose Roxanne because Roxanne, you know.
Like, Roxanne, why are you staring at yourself all the time?
Like I would shower a lot and lotion myself up a lot. If I was Roxanne, I would do a lot with that butter, cocoa butter.
I like it.
I would.
Okay.
All right,
I
what's
like
the
that
last
answer.
one?
All right, Orlando. This one comes from 407 Orlando. It says, have you ever felt embarrassed that you aren't a manlier kind of guy?
Oh. Look at his face.
Excuse me.
Have you ever felt embarrassed that you are a manlier kind of guy?
It was like a low-key shot at you.
I mean, and I'm not a manly guy. Like, I'm a manly guy, but you be fixing stuff, knowing my way around stuff. I mean, yeah, there have been different incidents where, like, I ride motorcycles, and like there are some guys that fix motorcycles, like they fix their own bikes, and like anytime I had something that would break on mine, I would have to take it to the shop, and then other guys be like, "Oh, you just look it up there, get your wrench." Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, bro, that's not me. So I don't know if that was. I mean, I didn't never look at it.
I think that's what they mean.
Yeah. I didn't look at it as me being embarrassed I wasn't a man. But now that you put it that way, or the fact when I used to live in Carrollwood, there was one of my neighbors who used to always be out there working on. He had like the '67 kind of like car, and he used to always be under the hood, and the other guys in the on the block would be around the car. Kind of like or like on what's the cartoon with the dad and I forgot.
King of the Hill?
King of the Hill.
Yeah,
like, you know how they stand around with the beers?
Yeah.
And so like everybody's standing around while he's working on something under the hood, and they're like, "Oh man, you better go ahead and get that crank rack." They ain't talking all that talk. And then I come out there because all the guys are there.
Yep.
And they like, "Oh man, look at that alternator." And I'm like, I don't know.
He's like, "What's the alternator?"
I don't know where the alternator is. And I would be standing out there, and about 10 minutes into it, I'm like, "All right, well, I'm gonna go in the house," because I don't know what they're talking about. So yeah, I guess now that you say it, I guess I would be embarrassed. So
Okay.
That is.
You have a boomerang.
That was all of them, right?
Yeah. Now boomerang.
Are you still mad, Rich?
If you could switch bodies with anybody on the air.
Switch bodies.
If you could switch bodies for a limited time with anybody who is on the air, any of our hosts in the building, who would you trade bodies with?
It'd be interesting to be a guy for the day. I'd just be standing in front of the mirror, like doing a little towel trick or like swimming around.
So you got to pick wisely. So who would you switch bodies with?
Or I could just go with a beautiful female. I'm gonna go with. I'm just imagining being a guy for a second, just standing in front of the mirror, staring at myself.
But how are you looking at yourself in the mirror? Who are you seeing when you look back? Is you as a guy, and you are this body?
Okay, I'm gonna go with Christy. Not only is she beautiful, but she can also speak Spanish, and so I would enjoy being her for a day, and then also being on a TV show afterwards, and then also being bilingual. I think that I would enjoy that.
That had nothing to do with the body, but okay.
Yeah,
you can be Christy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be Roxanne. You be Christy, and we can wrestle.
There you go.
Okay.
All right, who you gonna be?
All right, I am going to be
Orlando.
Watch what you ask for now, baby.
I don't know, just to see how it would be working with me. Yeah, maybe. No. Honestly, it would be MJ. And the only reason why is because
You have your own parking spot?
MJ gets some respect in this building. Like a lot of respect in this building. Like so much so that my man is designing his own studio over there. Like
Taking one would be
he brings
more
in a lot of money, but I've heard MJ from when he was in radio back in the day in New York. And I actually grew up listening to him. So he's like, I kind of look at him kind of like a legend in the radio industry, and his bank account. It's mostly the bank account. I want to be MJ for that bank account. Dog.
Well, there you go. You'll get the bank account.
Yeah,
you won't be slam dunking on any dunk contest. You won't be doing that. But you could afford a step stool though. You can't.
I could buy a trampoline.
Yeah, there you go. All right, man. It's a wrap.
Orlando and the Freak Show.